Hey everybody, what's going on? It's a beautiful Sunday morning where I'm at, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I don't know when you're watching this or what time of day you're watching it, but I hope that your day is going as well as mine is today. So I'm actually sitting over at my parents' house because they are on a short weekend trip to see some family members. And my family and I were voluntold to take care of their home. So that's what we're doing. And so I'm just sitting here on the front porch in the house I grew up in. And, I look around and I think, wow, look at all the improvements on this house that my mom and her husband have made through the years. And because growing up here was just me and my mom. And all the improvements are pretty impressive. And so that's pretty cool. That has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about today, though. Today I want to talk to you really quick about, just briefly want to talk to you about your budget. Seems to be like the number one thing that people will watch a video on budgeting, work on a budget, and then they give up on a budget. 55% of Americans don't budget at all, which means they don't even make a budget and they don't use one. Even if they did make it, they ain't going to use it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be part of the people who make budgets and use them effectively. What does a budget look like? We've talked about, what a budget looks like many times. I have some other content on this. But what I want to talk about today is when you make a budget, stick to it. Next month, you're going to make a budget and you need to stick to it. It's probably not going to be the same as your first month was. And the reason for that is because you're learning. Things are still changing. So I just want to encourage you that as you're learning to do a budget, understand that it's going to take you about 3 months worth of budgeting before you really start to gain the concept of what in the world you're doing. Most all of my clients that I see, that's what it takes. After about 3 months, they're like, I get it. They know how to tweak their budget. They know what to expect for the months ahead. Work out a budget with your expected income, plan for your budget, and then write down next to it what you actually spent in that category. One of the other questions is rollovers. Well, what do I do if I have extra grocery money? Good point. You save it. It rolls over into next month's grocery bill. Why is that? Why can't I go spend it on recreation or spend it on this, spend that? Because you already labeled it. You already have a recreation category. You've already labeled your grocery money as grocery money. And it's wise that once you label your money, that's where it stays. Now, let's say that you budget for a new roof on your home, okay? You budget $6,000, you spend $5,500. What do you do with that $500? Well, a couple things you can do with it. One, you can tip your roofers. You can be a generous giver and give that $500 to them. 2, you can invest it into your retirement funds. 3, you can throw a chunk at your mortgage if you have a mortgage. If you have any other types of debt, car debt, student loans, anything like that, you can chunk it at that by using a debt snowball, of course. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can put it towards groceries. You can buy a gift for somebody special in your life, somebody who deserves something nice. There's a lot of things that you could do with that extra money. So when it comes to saving for an expense like that, you don't have to roll it over into anything. You can change the category if you save money there. But again, if it's something like groceries, you want to keep that money and keep it with the name groceries written on it because you're always going to be hungry. Let's see here. Some of the other things when it comes to effective budgeting is just remembering to stick to your budget. When someone says, hey, let's go do this, but man, I got a budget and I can't do that. I tell my kids that all the time. Like last night, I took my kids out, two of my 3, my twins, took them to Broadway at the beach. And can I do that? I said, not tonight. No, can we do that? And I went, no, guys. And Memphis goes, let me guess, not tonight, huh? I was like, you're exactly right, bro. And I ended up getting frustrated with him. And I'm like, dude, when are you going to stop asking, can we do that? Because you already know the answer tonight. We're done. Our money is gone. Spent. $0 left for fun. I don't understand. I'm like, well, you need to learn to understand. So stick to your budget. Don't let temptation or other people's emotions or feelings about your money get into your head and make you do what they want to do. Stick to your budget. So those are just a few tips when it comes to budgeting of sticking to it, staying with it, and getting the hang of your budget. It's going to take about 3 months, but you need to do it. I do a weekly budget. Every week, I split my money up. Every single week, I'm doing a budget. I break mine down from a month worth of expenses, and I break it all down, divide it by 4 or 5. Depends on how many weeks in a month. Depends on how many weeks in a month. There's a lot of ways to do budgets. So stay tuned to this channel, and we will try to go over some of those budgets. The allocated, spending chart for like irregular income. We'll do the monthly. We'll do the weekly. There's a lot of different forms of budgets that you can do, and those are some of the most common. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that your day is as beautiful as the one is down here in Myrtle Beach today. Today's Sunday, the first day of spring, March 20th, 2022. And I would love to wish a happy heavenly birthday to my father, who would have been 62 years old today. Happy birthday, old man. Thank you very much for tuning in, y'all. See ya.